favorite freight dispatch trainer, Antoine West, back at you guys with another live video. Hey, it's good to be back with you guys tonight in tonight's live video. What I will be talking about is why so many new freight dispatchers struggle to get owner operators, right? Struggle to find your first owner operator. Hey, Donald, it's good to see Donald in the chat here tonight. One of my very great clients, part of my elite program and my current workshop program. If you guys are interested in my workshop program, make sure after the live tonight you go over to my workshop and take a look at that. But like I said in tonight's video, I want to talk about why getting your first owner operator is such a challenge, right? Because when you figure out this challenge, you figure out a very big marketing and sales secret. Because I'm going to tell you now, to get owner operators, to attract owner operators into your business, you're needing to become a better marketer and a better salesperson, right? But once you learn these skills, see, you want the skills. It's not necessarily where do you go to find owner operators. It's about gaining the skills, right? So you want to become a better marketer and a better salesperson, right? Thanks everyone for being here tonight. I'm going to, like for those of you just coming in, like I said, this is about why getting your first owner operator is such a challenge. I see we got a lot more people coming in here right now. So we're going to get much more in detail in tonight's video. But I know this is one of the major challenges, finding your first owner operator, right? This was my most major challenge, right? Once you can figure this out, you're good to go, right? And this is a problem you want to be able to figure out yourself, or know how to become a better marketer and salesperson yourself, so you can take these skills with you everywhere in business, right? You hear a lot of people talk about lease-on trucking companies where they're leasing owner operator. They're going out and they're getting authority, and they're leasing owner operators onto their authority. So you hear all these ideas out here about trucking, but I'm going to tell you the thing about it. It's going to be getting the clients. So whether you want to start a dispatch business or you want to lease owner operators onto your authority, the hardest part for everyone basically is going to be attracting the owner operators to lease onto your authority and keeping those owner operators leased onto your authority, right? So that's going to be the hardest thing, but it is a simple solution once it is figured out. And I got it figured out. And the thing is, I always thought about business is if a person's a great business person, I always thought they should be able to explain it simply, right? So because the answer, what I see from being in business myself, the solution is always simple, right? We overcomplicate it, right? The solution is like right in front of our faces, but we make it very complicated. So I'm hoping to break this down very simple to you guys tonight, because I know this is a major problem in the trucking industry, or in the dispatch side of the trucking industry, right? It's a lot of, I guess, problems within the trucking industry, within dispatching, with dispatchers struggling to get owner operators under their dispatching enterprise. You got that going on. You got low rates. You got all the other issues going on with trucking. But check it out. We need to be about solutions. I am solutions driven, right? I don't even like to bring up a problem, at least unless I can follow it up with the solution. Because I feel like, why am I just bringing up a problem over and over again? I might as well keep it to myself until I have the solutions, right? Because if I keep just voicing the problem, that's adding to the problem. That's just putting our attention on the problem more, right? So when I think and when I speak, I like to think and speak towards solutions, because that's the only way we're going to get there. Thinking and speaking towards the problem is only going to manifest more of the problem. So, and then everything is frameworks, right? Everything pretty much goes in frameworks, right? So I pretty much have a proven framework to get owner operators. And the only reason I have a proven framework is because I went through the struggle. Yeah, so as you guys can see, the title of tonight's video is why do freight dispatchers basically struggle to get their first owner operator, right? That doesn't mean I didn't struggle. I struggled too. So I know the feeling. I know how like you get into this business and you think you're just going to take off and you're going to have all types of owner operators, clients in your business. You're going to be dispatching trucks. And then out of nowhere, it hits you like a brick wall and you can't get any owner operators. I've been there. I've done it. You know, I struggled myself. So the only reason I have these answers that I have tonight is because I struggled myself. And then I've been able to mentor students. And then for people that follow my advice, they always succeed. So I seen it done for myself, and then I see the people who follow the advice and they succeed, right? So that's how I have this proven framework, right? So I had to struggle for myself, and then I had to start teaching people and see the success in people, and then it became a proven framework for me, right? So now I just follow this framework with everyone I teach. So that's how I make it easy. But you got to go through it first. You know, if you don't go through it, how else are you going to know, right? And then once you go through it, you can break it down easy. So, hey, you know me, I like to drop these gems on you guys. I like to hit you guys hard with some gems, you know, because for me, it's business. That's another thing. Let me just industry-wide, this is why a lot of freight dispatchers fail, right? Because we're just getting information, right? It's a lot of information out there on freight dispatching, a lot of information on how to become a freight dispatcher, right? So we're taking in a lot of information on how to become a freight dispatcher, but we need actionable steps, right? We really need the actionable steps. And I think sometimes we need to be more intentional about the way we do things, right? When we start a business is about execution, right? Your job is to make money, right? To bring cash flow into your business. This is not a game. When you start a business, you have to have that business idea, and you have to have a plan, and you have to get on your marketing, right? Like nobody's business, right? So something I was telling the people, some of my students in my workshop today, I was telling them, like, in my life, I grew up, of course, went through high school, worked jobs, joined the Navy, joined the Army, worked jobs since then. And then I just came to a point one day in my life, I was like, I'm tired of doing what other people are telling me to do, right? I want to think of ideas and put those ideas out and act on those ideas and build a life for myself, right? I said, I think I was about 20 something, but I think I'm to the point in life I already served 2 branches in the military. I think I'm to the point in life where I need to do some stuff for myself. You know, listen to the things I want to do for myself, right? That's one thing that's hard about starting a business, right? I see this in so many people. Starting a business, you have to think of the ideas, think of the things that you have to do, and you have to execute on them every day, day after day after day, until you reach success, right? And you have to always do this, right? And you're going to have setbacks, and you have to always get over those setbacks, right? So this is business. Like I also explained to my students in my workshop, business is war, right? Business is war, right? So when I started my business, when I almost failed, I had to go back to the military. I had to get into a military frame of mind, right? So what I teach my students to do is outflank the market, right? We outflank the market. We get over the market, right? We turn our backs to the market. This market doesn't mean anything to us because we add more value, and we always get over and beyond the market, right? And it's a war, right? It's the war. You got to prepare. You got to use strategies. You got to have a plan, right? And you got to always follow this plan every day. So check it out. Let me get into it. So one reason a lot of freight dispatchers struggle to get their first owner operator is because they copy people with no owner operators. They copy people with no clients, right? So you guys see advertisements and you copy, new people come in and you just automatically copy what you see other people doing. But the people that you're copying, what they're doing, those people basically don't have any owner operators, and you're doing the same thing as them and you're getting the same results. Like attract like. You're basically having It's the law of attraction. You're basically having like thoughts just like them, thoughts to do the same thing as them, and you're getting the same results, right? And then you wonder why you get the same results. You're doing the same thing that most of the people in the market are doing. But you got to remember, most of the people in any market probably don't have clients or aren't hardly making any money. That's just most of the people in any market, right? Like I said, it's taking the market as a whole. People are doing all different things, right? And what I mean is basically adding all different amounts of value to their business and making like different types of money, right? This is in any industry, right? So people are everywhere with it. So basically, you'll see. I think a lot of people will see it. A post like, "Hey, I'm a freight dispatcher. All right, I'm looking for owner operators." Right. So this is something I told my students in my workshop when we first started. Right. So they can get this straight from the beginning. I told them, even if you say you're looking for owner operators, you already sound like you don't have any owner operators, because if you had owner operators, you would never say that you're looking for owner operators, right? But most of it's a sales. See, you need to improve your sales skills, right? Nobody in sales is just going to say, "Hey, I'm looking for this," right? That's like me owning a fitness business, right? Me being a fitness coach and me going in a Facebook group for fitness coaches and saying, "Hey, I'm Antoine West," or "Hey, I'm a fitness coach." Who cares that you're a fitness coach, or who cares that you're looking for people to coach? That's not good. That's not really attracting clients. That's not marketing. That's not sales, right? So you see people advertising this business and they have the most simple posts, right? They have the most simple sayings, and they're just copying what everyone else is saying about the high paying loads, things like this, right? So you guys got to realize and just get in. I like to hit you with like real business gems, right? So like I said, back in the years ago, I imagine when freight dispatching first started and owner operators heard that they could, somebody else could dispatch and find their loads while they drive, that idea sounded so great, right? And for people to have high paying loads and all this, but that's just so stale. It's stale, and it doesn't attract anybody, right? So that's the reason most people won't ever get owner operators, because you are just saying the same thing you see the majority of the market saying, right? Law of attraction, right? But really what you want to do in business, you want to say things of very like much more value than you see in the market already, and then like attracts like, and you're going to attract clients to your business, right? You don't want to say the same. You don't want to start a business and start the business and say the exact same thing and have the exact same value and the exact same offer as the entire rest of the market, right? If you guys follow me, and I told you, like, it's just proven. I went through this. I had to go through the steps to get this knowledge, because at first I struggled. I couldn't find any owner operators too until I thought of the idea of adding additional value. Truck driver recruiting. If the owner operator had a second truck, I would find a truck driver for the owner operator, right? So I just thought of all different ways to add additional value. Sending in paperwork to the factoring company. So all these ideas you see in the market today, that's just a manifestation of my ideas, right? That I added to the market, right? So that's how, like I tell you guys, it's easy for me to outflank this marketer to get over the market, because these are the ideas that I thought of 5 years ago to start getting my first couple owner operators, right? So then looking back on it, that was my UVP, that was my unique value proposition. That was me adding more value to the market than what was already out there. But I was just like a lot of people now. I was a new business owner, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck in my job. And I just thought of the idea to add more value, right? But now you read the greatest business books on the market right now, they'll tell you to have a UVP, to have a unique value proposition before you even start the business, right? So with my students, we work on having a UVP before we even get started marketing, right? Because if you can market all day long, you can spend all the money on ads you want to, but if you're marketing saying the same thing everybody else is saying, you're wasting your money. Then you're just blowing money by, right? But say if you have a high value, unique value proposition, and you enter the market with that, you're going to make it a breeze. You're going to make it easier. Only thing you got to do is market that value after that. But see, that's the first step. See, you got to get that right. And that's what a lot of people don't get right from the very beginning, because they wouldn't think anything about this, right? So it's really like you got to know more business than anything, because you got to know more marketing and sales to get your first owner operator before you ever going to start dispatching a truck. And then you got to keep owner operators around, right? So it's all in the marketing and sales. So like I said, add value. Any business you start, I try to teach dispatching from a way, because I know it's the marketing, it's the sales, it's the business side of it that most people need to learn more. So I try to teach this in a way where you can use this with dispatching, or you can use it with any business that you start. So really any business that I start, what I do is I do my market research. I take a look at the market, I see what everybody else is doing, and then I think of a higher value idea. You know, I try to think of things that I can do to add more value than the market is already at now, right? So like I was telling you guys, when dispatching first started, it was such a great idea, but now you have to add more value to dispatching, right? Because that idea, that manifestation is stale, is old, right? So you want to think of a higher value. You want to have a different offer, right? You want to maybe guarantee a certain amount of increase in revenue to the owner operators, right? So that's going to attract owner operators into your business. And that's another thing. You can't find clients for your business, right? We just need to really start thinking about what attraction is. Because I could tell you, you can find owner operators in the Facebook trucking groups. You can find owner operators at truck stops. But just because you find an owner operator, that doesn't mean that the owner operator wants to sign up with you, right? So that's asking the wrong question. It's not where do you find owner operators. It's how do you attract owner operators into your business. And you attract owner operators into your business with your business idea, right? So yeah, because you can look and you can say you're looking for owner operators forever, or you can look for owner operators or any business you have. Think about it. It's like, I feel like I don't have to only talk about dispatching. I can just talk about business, period, right? So any business you have, you don't find clients, you don't find owner operators. You attract clients, you attract owner operators into your business by your business idea, right? So yeah, like I'm saying, you can find them anywhere. I look at it like this. It made me kind of think about, even for like a girlfriend or a wife or boyfriend, husband, whatever, right? It's like you don't find a wife. You don't find a wife. You attract your wife, right? Just that woman you find, that's not everybody's wife. That's not everybody's girlfriend. She doesn't want to be everybody's girlfriend, right? I guess every man don't want to be with every woman. He's attracted to his woman, right? So your client, they don't want to be everybody's client. They're not out here for the streets, right? If you want to put it like that. They're not out here for the streets, right? You have to attract them, right? You just don't find them like, oh, and they like, hey, yeah, you found me, I'm here, right? No, you get them attracted to you. You get them interested in you. But you see what I'm saying? This is really like, so what I'm saying, this is really like any relationship. This is building. See, it's building a relationship. There we go. It's not finding a client. It's attracting a client and building a relationship, right? So I think even if we watch the words we say, we can more easily attract clients, right? So it's about attracting clients, and you got to have that business idea. If you enter the market saying what everyone else is saying, that's not going to attract clients into your business. So then we come to know, like, trust. So you got to realize you're asking owner operators to dispatch their truck. That's a lot of money they put into their business, right? And look at the rates. The rates are going up and down sometimes, and that too. Sometimes rates are low. So you got all the money they put in their business, truck, trailer, insurance, time. Time is a big, hey, forget the money. Hey, forget the money. Let me tell you about time. I can tell you about that. Time would take more energy out of you, than just the money, right? Because you got to use the time to get the money. right? But see, dispatchers are just expecting to leave a post saying I have the highest paying loads or I'm looking for owner operators. You think so? Think about yourself. I think dispatchers need to put themselves in owner operator shoes. Think if you went through all that for your company and then you seen a dispatcher somewhere with a flyer saying they had the highest paying loads, or if they had a post saying they're looking for owner operators. If you did all that to get your authority, to get your trucking business started, are you going to be interested in that post? Are you going to run to it like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life, let me hop on this? So hey, that being said, that's how you want to make owner operators feel. You want to make when they see your business, hey, let everybody else do whatever they're doing. But when they see you, you want owner operators to feel like this is the best thing I ever seen in my life, right? I got to hop on this. I got to reach out to this dispatcher, right? Reach out to this person. That's how you want your clients to feel. So you want to ask yourself, how can I get my owner operators? How can I get my potential clients to feel like this? So that's just a good question right there, guys. And that's why I'm always talking to you guys so much about thought, right? So think about it. If you just put that question in your thought and keep it on your thought, and then you're just going to go that direction and you're going to think of more answers. And that's the direction you want to go towards, right? So, and one thing, business is all thought. Your business is built with your thoughts. So really you just want to get the thoughts right. So that's what I come back and just teach you how to get the thoughts right from the beginning so you go in the right direction, right? So you want to get your owner operators to know, like, and trust you. So you have to do more than just a flyer or more than just an ad without your video, right? So check it out. To sell anything these days, you're going to have to get on video, right? You can sell. I'm not saying you can't make any sales at all without being on video. But if you want to build a strategic business, see, the businesses I try to help students build, my goal is to help students make $20,000 per month plus in a freight dispatch business, right? So that's my goal. So I teach you in a way so you can get up to that point, right? And I don't want my students just dispatching themselves forever, right? Because I don't believe that's going to leave enough time for marketing and selling and recruiting and scaling your business. So I teach my students to build their business from day one with a solid foundation, right? Because if we don't get that foundation right, we're going to start building it up and it's going to be a struggle, right? It's going to be a real struggle, right? If you didn't get that UVP right in the beginning, if you're trying to come in doing what you've seen everyone else doing, then you building it up without that solid foundation. But we need to lay that foundation down, give you a good solid foundation, and then we start building up, right? So, I built up the foundation and I kind of crumbled it down, built it up again, kind of crumbled it down, built it up again, built it up again. So what I'm saying is I've already been through these things. So I can even tell you with really everybody, when they're making mistakes in freight dispatching, I can already see those mistakes. I don't care if it's a student that I train and they already made it up to $20,000 per month. I can tell you what mistakes people make at that level and then fail, right? So even before you get up to that level, I already can see mistakes, right? Or even if you get up to that level, I'm already on it, right? I'm just waiting for you to get there because I'm already there. I've been there, right? So that's why it's pretty easy, right? That's why it's pretty easy to teach if you've been there and you got other people there, right? We just follow this same proven framework. So the thing is, guys, and I do still recommend cold calls, but okay, that's another good thing, cold calls, right? So with cold calls, think about it. If you're making cold calls saying the same thing everybody else is saying, then that's not going to get you very far. But you need to have that unique value proposition, right? That's a better foundation. See, if you don't build it with that foundational UVP, you're going to be messing up. You're going to be marketing. You're going to be at truck stops wasting your time. You're going to be making cold calls wasting your time. You're going to be spending money on ads wasting your time. And then let me tell you from experience what that's going to do. Then you're going to start feeling down. I hope you don't. I shouldn't say that. Hey, still feel good about yourself, right? Me, I felt down, right? So what all that stuff made me do is start feeling more down about myself and not as motivated about my business, right? But then what does that do? Now I'm just running in a circle because I'm making the problem worse and worse and worse, right? So, okay, here goes another gem, right? No matter where you're at in business, no matter what the money's looking like, it's always positivity, right? It's always, I had to learn that the hard way, right? Because when my business was failing, I had to learn quickly to forget the industry, forget what everybody else is doing, forget friends, they're doing what they doing. But Antoine West, he got to get his mind positive because the business failing and I got to get my mind positive, right? So I learned through experience to only always think positive about my business because the negative thoughts, they're not going to help. That's just going to take cash flow away and make it harder. And I don't need anything to be harder, right? So that's something I learned through personal experience, and that's the toughest one for most business owners, to be positive, even in the worst, no matter what is going on, because the negative thoughts are not going to make it any better, and it's going to take too much money away. And you gotta, especially like when you're losing money, you gotta use all your energy to come up, to get up, right? That's just like people starting, same exact thing, right? Look, I've been making money before and it started to decrease and I started to fail. And then I realized it. I'm like, man, that's the key. The same exact thing that I got to use now is this, that saved me once I started making money. It's the same exact thing before I ever started my business. When I was at the same point a lot of you guys are at as new, you know, when I talk to students and they tell me, you know, they're ready to leave their full-time job, they're ready to make money for themselves, things like that. So, or, you know, they're in a hard situation or whatever, because I was at the same point, right? But the thing is, the same thing, that same positivity in the beginning is the same positivity that you're going to have to use the entire time. So get used to it. Get it right now. Like, I'm just going to hit you dead with it. You might as well get it right now and get it in you now, and then it'll be easier, right? Because what's going to happen if you kind of start taking off now and you start earning some money, but you start failing later on, right? The same thing, it's the same exact thing. It's really no difference, right? So you really, the key to is always to see your business as you want it to be, right? Vision board, have a vision board. I had a vision board, right? The crazy thing, everything I had on my vision board came true. I achieved everything on my vision board, right? But the important thing is to do, like we say, don't think about the negative, because you think about the negative, then you're going to start manifesting that negativity that you're thinking about, right? Because like I said, where's your business created, right? Who's creating your business? Your business is being created in your mind, right? So if you put negativity, if you mix that negativity in your mind, with your business, that is your business being created. So it's not like maybe that's going to affect my business. That is your business. You don't have a business besides your ideas, right? So you guys should get it now. I just want you guys to really get that, because that's the only cause for failure in business too, right? That is the only cause, right? So you gotta really get that right in the beginning and do whatever you can to be positive about your business. You yourself, you got to get it right for yourself. You got to get to the point where you don't need nobody to be, see, and then too, like if you got to rely on somebody else outside of you to be positive about yourself or your business, then it's like you got to wait on somebody else to make money. You got to wait on somebody else. Like you might come to a day where you don't have anybody else. You might come to a day where everybody else is handling their own thing, right? You might come to the day like me where I'm the one that's supposed to be good, who I'm going to run to, right? You might be the person that you don't have nobody to run to, right? That's why you run to yourself, and you always see yourself where you want to be, and you always see your business where you want your business to be, right? Just a couple gems, but hey, know, like, and trust. So you got to get your owner operators to know you, right? First, they have to know you, like you, trust you, like building a relationship, right? Like I said, guys, this could be like dating. If a guy's dating a girl or vice versa or whatever, you're building a relationship, right? You're not just going to rush right into it, right? Check it out. Most of the time you see freight dispatchers advertising their how can we put this? Yeah, they're just basically trying to get the sale. They're just basically, I'm looking for owner operators, right? They're just going right to the sale, but they're not saying anything about it. Hey, just to break this down, not to beat around the bush, just like if you're a male dating a girl and you trying to, you know, date her, court her, But you can't rush right in. Think about it, if you rush right in, you're never gonna get anything. Really, what the key to do, the key is really no difference. The key to do is to add value to yourself to attract the people you want to attract. And what I'm trying to break down to you guys, be as clear as possible, is no different than getting clients, right? Think about it. Money, let me put it this way. Money is the goods. That's the goods, right? People just don't want to hand over their goods just because you say you're looking for the goods. Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm looking for the goods. That don't mean people are just going to give you the goods, right? No, you have to have something better that they want to give you for the money. They want to give you the money in exchange for something better, right? No different. They want to give you something in exchange, to get more, right? Can we get this? People want value. It's all about offering value, right? So get that UVP right from the beginning, and then your owner operators have to know, like, and trust you. So that's why I believe it's best to be on video, right? You're going to sell anything more on video, right? Think about if you have dispatcher A and they're just making posts, they just have flyers, no videos, but then you have another dispatcher and they're making videos, right? So now the owner operators begin to know, like, and trust that other dispatcher. Right? And it's about personality. People buy on personality, right? This is just sales, right? Sales. This is how you can, so we can be talking about anything. We don't have to be talk about dispatching only right now. But you definitely want to be on video because people buy off of video. Another thing is, first, people pay you with attention, right? People pay attention to you, right? First, you have to get people to pay attention to you for free without paying you any money, right? So first, you want to be on video and get people to pay attention to you. Because if people won't pay attention to you in video, they for sure won't give you any money, right? They won't invest any money with you, right? So, but the more people who pay attention to you on video are the more people that's going to invest with you, invest with money, right? So you get a certain amount of people to pay attention to you, pay attention to your videos, and then out of those people, a certain percentage are going to sign up with you and pay you money, right? This is sales, right? This is just like social media sales, right? Yeah, I see someone said happen to see someone brand awareness. Martha, Martha, good student of mine also in the chat here. But yes, brand awareness. You have to build brand awareness, right? Thanks, Martha. Right? That's good for one of my students to really be like putting me on key. I love that. That's great. That's great. Brand awareness, right? So dispatchers don't build brand awareness. You want to get your business and name out there. You want to get your brand out there, right? But how you do that in 2023 is you get on video. You get on video and you build brand awareness. Also, I've talked to my students before about link clicks, right? Link clicks. So this is the whole key to selling anything these days. Really, you want to get on video and you want to talk about what you're selling, and then you want to have links for people to go there and to sign up with your company to buy from you, right? And the more videos you make, and think about it, the more videos you make, like I tell my students, the more videos you make, the more people are paying attention to you, right? Right? The more people see you, the more videos you make. And that's how you sell anything these days. And then you have links. And you want link clicks, right? And you want people clicking on links, right? So that's how you sell more, right? And then think about it. If you're really not on video, you're not really going to be believable, right? So even for myself, right? Because I want to make sure I'm believable, right? So I want to make sure I'm breaking it down in an honest way, because that's the thing I love about business. Like, you can really make so much money in business. So even making $20,000 or $30,000 in freight dispatching, of course, the key is marketing and recruiting, right? Social media marketing. Really, what you want to do, so if I wanted to come into freight dispatching right now and make $30,000 per month, this is my simple breakdown, right? This is what I would do. I would did I already tell you guys? I probably already told you. I just told you everything. But if you're just coming in, I say it really fast here. I drop it really fast. If I was coming into freight dispatching, this is how I would make $30,000 per month right now in today's market. All right. So how I would do that is I would have a really great UVP, unique value proposition. I would have an offer. So basically, I would do my market research. I would easily just look at everybody else's marketing, see what they're doing right, and it would be very easy for me to outflank the market, to get over and beyond what everybody else is doing, because everybody else is doing the same thing, right? So I would see that. Like I always tell you guys, I'll write it down, you know, right? I'll start writing down my ideas of what I could do. You know, anything and everything, I would just start writing it down. You just need to compile a list, right? For the most part, right? So I would do that, and then basically start to get on video and talk about this value. I would start getting my first couple of clients. It's not going to be hard at all if you listen to the advice I'm telling you. It's not going to be hard. See, that's the thing about dispatching. You can make so much money off of one truck as a dispatcher, but the whole hard part is getting that first truck. Excuse me. The hard part is getting that truck and keeping the truck. So it's the marketing, right? So, but social media is basically going to do it for you. See, that's where social media comes in. Now, if you're trying to make $30,000 per month as a freight dispatcher and you don't use social media, then yeah, that's hard. But what I'm telling you to do is use social media, come up with that, you know, think of more value to give owner operators. Now, see, the thing is, like I said, you can make so much off of each truck, but you need to attract owner operators, right? Because you can make a great amount of money off of 2 or 3 owner operators, but you need to get on social media and give out value to attract those owner operators, right? So yeah, if I wanted to make a $30,000 in today's market, I would have it first starts with a high level UVP, and then I would get on video. I would market that UVP. I would get my first couple owner operators. They would start paying me money. I would take some of that money. I would start putting in the ads so more people could start hearing what I'm saying, and I would quickly scale up. You know, well, me myself. I mean, I would quickly. I'm not really talking about me myself, but like I guess a normal person coming in these days, I think should maybe be able to quickly scale up to 10 clients or more than that. It really is no limit. That's another thing. You can't be putting numbers to stuff. That's my fault. You can't put a number to stuff as a business person, because if I say 10 clients, now 10 clients is on your mind. Now you're only thinking about trying to get 10 clients. You know, what if you have 30 or 50 on your mind? Because 50 is achievable too. I do believe someone could come into freight dispatching and have 50 clients within the first month or two, right? Right. I'm not going to say that can't happen, right? You just have to have the right framework and the right strategies, right? I didn't do that. I didn't have 50 clients in that amount of time, right? But I won't say it's not possible, right? If I know the ideas, you know, I know the strategies that would get a person there, basically, right? So really, yep, that's what you want to do. Have that UVP, get on video, market it to people. Then, like I said, once you get some owner operators, they start paying you money. Then you start using paid ads, right? But see, now you're not just paying on ads saying the same thing everybody else saying. By this time, you know exactly what you're doing, right? That was me. By this time, you know exactly what you're doing, and you're using that money and using it, you know, for the most profit, where it's going to pay the most. And you're running videos, and now by this time, you're probably even speaking about your clients that you already have, right? Those first couple ones that you attracted. See, now, now I'm getting hyped, because now you're getting more bang for your buck for the ads, because you're using experience from the owner operators that you already attracted from the UVP and everything like that. And you're using experience from them on a video, or you might show clips of them in the video and them talking about you and how much value your dispatch service has added. And they had, you know, maybe you can get an owner operator to be on video. And he's like, hey, I didn't even believe in freight and dispatching services until I seen so-and-so's ad on Facebook, and then I hit them up, and, you know, basically, you know, they just tell a story, but you have that on an ad, an owner operator saying that, right? That's something I never seen a freight dispatcher doing it. I never seen that happen. So I'm saying, if you're paying money on an ad like that, that's going to attract so many owner operators, right? Or if you have an ad like that and you're just telling other owner operators, hey, click the link below, sign up for a free phone call. If you guys want to talk to me too and see, to see what we can do for each other, right? Right? So that's how you really want to come at it, right? You don't want to seem like you're just saying stuff. You want to seem like a professional business, like you're running an enterprise, right? Also, count actions. This is just something I just thought about today. Count actions, not results, right? So we worry about so many results, right? But we need to be counting actions. We need to be counting how many social media videos we're doing. I still would say you guys should still make the cold calls because that can't hurt. So you need to be counting how many cold calls you're going to get. Like I tell my students, cause and effect. A lot of us, we want the effect, but we don't think about the cause. But what I teach is just to think about the cause, because if we just think about the cause, we're going to get the effect. We don't even, for us, we don't even worry about the effect. We think about the effect. So what we would need to do is, even for a business, you think about your end goal, you think about where you want to be in the end, and then you just make a plan to get there, right? This is where business owners mess up too. They're too busy worried about the industry. They're still too busy worried about what other people are doing. When in business, the only thing you should ever be thinking about is ideas to add to your business. In your mind, thinking about those ideas and getting there, right? And then you're going to start seeing that you can just think about any idea you want and then just get there, right? But if you're talking about the industry, if you're talking negative about the industry and other things going on, that's just taking time away from you thinking about your own ideas to add to your own business. And that's why people fail, right? That's why people fail, right? Business is a game where you got to keep your thought on your own business, right? And the more you keep your thought on your own business, the more money you're going to make, right? And then you're going to come to a point where you're just able to make money with your own thoughts. And you don't really have to worry about anything, right? Right? Exactly. Talk a little bit about the trucking industry and rates, though. I know everybody always wonders, about rates and rates increasing. And one thing what I want to say too, and before I get into that, guys, like just about like the economy in general or the trucking industry, you got to realize everybody's in different places. Like in the economy, like people at different places. This is a wide range of different incomes, right? The same in trucking. I think the same in any industry, right? So that's really why I don't like see the point of just like talking about the industry, because people and businesses are all over the place. Freight dispatchers, it's freight, and how I even just broke it down to you guys. You should be able to see how you can have some freight dispatchers never get any owner operators, never make any money. And then you can have other freight dispatchers with 20 owner operators and 2 dispatchers working, 2 or 3 dispatchers working for them, right? So people are in like all different places. So I don't think it's any use of like talking specifically about where the industry is, right? You just want to think of more ideas to add to your business to increase revenue. And another thing in business, and I think the same thing for a trucking company, any business that you get in, don't ever wait for anything for the industry to change and the market for change. Don't wait for anybody to change for you yourself to start making more money. If you want to start making more money in your business, you be the change. Don't even think about anything changing. Think about what you got to do to make a change. What ideas can you think about to earn extra revenue? So honestly, like I've never been an owner operator before, but even when we do talk about the trucking industry, if I'm an owner operator, I'm not waiting on anybody to change. I'm not even talking about what brokers are doing. I'm not talking about the FMCSA or what needs to get changed. I'm thinking about an idea myself immediately for extra cash flow, just like I'm doing now. I would never think about anybody else changing if I want to make more money. Why? I'm wasting time. That wastes too much time for me. It makes no sense, right? I don't think nobody's going to change for Antoine West to make more money. I think Antoine West has to be the change if I want to make more money. Man, oh man. But yeah, that's business 101. Never wait for nobody to change or nothing to change to increase revenue in your business, right? Okay, this is what's going on with trucking, right? This is even the status of trucking. If we want to explain it real quickly and easily, just more people have got into trucking over time. It's supply and demand. We got more trucks out there on the highway, and it's, of course people are going to go out of business, but this happens in any industry, right? It's in any industry. Like I told you guys, it's business, period. Hey, the trucking industry, we're not thinking like business owners. That's the whole thing about it, period, on every single level, right? So in any industry, as more people get into that industry, the pay, in this case the rates, they're going to drop, because they're going to start dropping because supply and demand, right? They might not be as high as they once were, right? But this is in any industry. But what you do is you start adding additional value. But the thing is, right now, owner operators are just depending on one single source of revenue. You don't want to do that in any business, right? I know we think trucking and all we think about is loads, but a business, period, you don't want to depend on a single source of revenue, right? I'll be honest, for me, having a job, it scared me to death. It's having a job scared me because I was dependent on one single source of income, right? And for me, myself, I had jobs where people got probably fired for no reason, or something they should have done, something they didn't do, or just because the manager didn't like that person, right? And I'm like, that could be me, right? And I got kids to feed, right? So that's the whole reason I got out of the job thing, right? Because that scared me to death. I'm like, so I can just get fired just because this person wants to fire me, just because I'm positive. That would be my thing, probably why I would get fired, because I'm just being myself and being positive, but somebody don't like it and they want to fire me, right? So I'm like, I got to get out of here. I got to work for myself, think of my own ideas, right? So, okay, getting back to it. But owner operators, it's the same thing, depending on a single source of revenue, right? Depending on a single source of revenue, only depending on loads, right? But like I said, it's a trucking business, so you would think that's the only thing owner operators can do for revenue. But I would tell anybody, if you need more revenue in your business, do anything and everything you can do for revenue. Anything somebody's willing to pay you for legally for money, go ahead and do it. You need money, right? What you're gonna do, wait around? So as I said before, that owner operators, I think they have the trailer, especially if you have a dry van or a reefer, that's just a rolling advertisement. Owner operators logo or company name on the side of it isn't going to get the owner operator any business. So if I'm an owner, see, I would just do something like this. So me, I'm not wasting any time. I'm not waiting for nobody to tell me. If I'm an owner operator, I'm on the phone, I'm calling businesses, and I'm going to try to get them to advertise their business on the side of my trailer and pay me like a $2,000 per month, $3,000 or whatever, right? I'm going to think of that idea myself, and then I'm probably going to come up, what a person would do, they would finally come up on a company that's willing to do that, and they would do it, and it would work out. And that's how business is. Then it works out like, wow, man, I just thought of that idea one day, and I put action into it, and now I'm earning additional revenue. So if I'm an owner operator, I'm thinking if I got a dry van or reefer trailer, I'll reach out to businesses, try to get that going. That's like $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 extra a year, right? So if fuel goes up, rates, fuel prices go up a little bit, rates go down a little bit. If I'm an owner operator, I'm thinking I can't waste no time, right? I see it's like a pinch. I see what's going on, right? And I can't waste no time, and I got to start thinking of ideas immediately, right? Immediately. I don't have no time just to, even for myself, like, and you guys got to realize that's the most important thing in business. You have no time to complain to yourself. So as an owner operator, you don't have any time to complain about the market or to complain about brokers. All that thought energy needs to go into earning additional revenue. So if I was an owner operator, I had a dry van or reefer trailer, that's one idea I thought about that I would do. Another thing, I would for sure be mentoring some people, right? You guys got to think about it. This goes into paying for training, right? You got to think about it when you pay for training, when you pay for a mentorship program, when you pay for a book, pay for a webinar, you're paying for thoughts. You're paying for that person's thoughts, right? So right now, what are you guys? Right now, you guys are paying attention. You're paying me your attention, right? And you're paying for my thoughts. You want my thoughts, right? So if you take a training or if you read a book, that person have just put their thoughts into the training program or into the book, and you're paying for their thoughts. And I do that a lot. I take a lot of courses, a lot of training programs. I read a lot of books, right? And I'm able just to read these books, take these trainings, and be able to make money, right? So that's what we want to be able to do. So that goes back to owner operators. If I'm an owner operator, I've been an owner operator for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or how many ever years, I'm going to have a mentorship program because there's a lot of truck drivers, right, that want to become owner operators, right? So then, just like I did, if I'm an owner operator and I would start to reach out to companies to advertise on the side of my trailer, I'm going to start finding how I can reach out to company drivers. If I'm an owner operator, I'm reaching out to company drivers and, to mentor them, to give them some ideas, to let them know how I became an owner operator, right? So I think that's two sources of revenue. We talked about advertising on the side of trucks. We talked about starting a mentorship program, right? There's probably some more I could think of, but what I want to let you guys know as a dispatcher, that's what I would be thinking. So so for me, I believe dispatchers should be thinking of any additional ways possible for owner operators to increase their revenue, right? You should be thinking of any ideas possible. So you should try to get them those high paying loads like the other freight dispatchers. But also what you would need to do is you should even try to reach out to companies for them. Try to reach out to companies and get advertising on the side of their trailer for them. So what you want to do as a freight dispatcher, don't only concentrate on rates, right? Because your customers, your owner operators, they just care about revenue. They just care about money. See, that's what owner operators maybe don't know. They think they have a low load problem or low rate problem. They don't have a low rate problem, right? They have a low revenue problem, right? So the owner operators, they shouldn't lock their minds or their thought only to rates because rates aren't their problem. Revenue is their problem, right? And there's many ways to add revenue to a business besides loads, besides the rates, right? That's like freight dispatchers. Freight dispatchers think they have a problem finding drivers, finding owner operators, but they don't. They have a problem attracting owner operators. They need to become better marketers, better salesperson people. They need to know about UVPs. So you can see how a freight dispatcher can ask, where do I find owner operators? They can ask that question forever and ever. And you can point them in the right direction where they can find owner operators, but it really won't help them, right? So I believe the same thing about owner operators, just paying attention to rates. I think that's the whole entire problem, right? So what the trucking industry is doing is locking their mind on a make-believe problem, kind of, to me, right? They're locking their mind on one problem, and that's rates, but a trucking company can add additional value for more revenue, right? Just like I did as a freight dispatcher when I added that additional value to owner operators, right? So what owner operators need to do is to give more value to more people, right? In any business, if you want to make more money, you don't complain about the industry you're in. Let me tell you, and that's another thing. If you complain about the industry you're in, you're just making it worse. So that's what's happening in the trucking industry too. It's just so much complaints and so much negativity in the trucking industry, and that only manifests into negativity into the industry. But if more of us start looking at the positive, talking about the positive, and thinking of ideas, then we will rise up more ideas, right? But we only manifest just negativity. So that's the whole thing about the trucking industry. You're going to get what you attract. Like attracts like. You're going to get what you put your mind on. So if I'm an owner operator, I'm just going to put my mind on all different types of ideas to attract more revenue. And then also I would just get out the truck, hire another driver. Like I said, start mentoring company drivers to be owner operators, hire a driver and put that driver in the truck. And that's another thing too. I don't think anyone should build a business and for that business to stay the same the entire time, right? I think you have to constantly, yes, that is the thing. You have to constantly add more value to your business. Anytime I have started to fail in business, it's because I wasn't adding more value. That's how business will get. You'll start something and then the value, you'll be getting like a lot of money made, and then it start to die down over a while. And some people, and like I said, if you see it dying down and you become sad or depressed, or you let that energy get you down, or your energy gets down, then that's just going to take away from motivation to add more value, add more ideas, right? So what we want to do is just always add more value. That's the answer. That's the only way you're going to get more revenue in business, right? Like I said, this happens in many industries. As people get into the industry, the amount that people make in that industry starts to die down. Same thing. It starts to die down, but you need to add more value to the industry. If dispatchers want to make more money, they just need to add more value to the industry, right? I've seen someone ask about my website. I dropped my website here in the chat. Really like I told you guys, pay attention though. That's a good one. You want people to pay attention to you. You want to get eyes on your brand. Then a website, you know. So a lot of people have the wrong information. A lot of people think so much about a website, right? But a website isn't going to get you clients in any business, right? Because you need traffic. You need traffic going to the website. You need people going to the website. You can have a website all you want, but if you don't have people going to the website, then you're not going to get any clients, any owner operators. So that's why the thing is, like I told you guys, you need that UVP, and then you need to make videos, and those videos are going to attract people to your website. And then by those videos that you make, by those paid ads that you do, you run traffic that gets traffic to your website, right? So the answer is not to find owner operators. The answer is to become better marketers, better salespeople, right? That's the answer. If you offer the same amount of value as the market, people aren't going to be attracted to your business. So the first thing is to come up with that great UVP, right? If you don't have a great UVP, you don't have anything. So I put the link for my website in the chat. Also, guys, come out, check out my 6-week workshop. I have my next one is coming up. When is it coming up? It's coming up November the 18th. That one's just about full. I'm thinking about doing running 2 at the same time, just scheduling them for different times. In that 6-week workshop, you're going to get a 5-hour freight dispatch training video. And I'm doing this all on purpose. Let me tell you the purpose of me running it like this, right? You're going to get a 5-hour freight dispatch video. That's before. Soon as you sign up for the workshop, you're going to get a 5-hour freight dispatch training video, right? To teach you everything that you need to know about freight dispatching. And then after that, we're going to meet for 6 Saturdays in a row. We're going to be meeting in a small group, right? My students were in my first workshop now. They're calling this my boot camp, right? I guess I'm Sergeant West. My old military ways are coming back because I'm getting people, you know, we're moving, right? We're moving, right? So it's not all about just information. I need to get people moving, right? So that's why you're going to get that 5-hour video before we even start those Saturday workshops, because when you come to that first Saturday workshop, we need to be moving. We need to be executing. We need to be getting to the goal, right? So, because I don't want to just start teaching you when we get to that Saturday workshop. I want you to already have a lot of information. So you're going to get that. Then every Saturday for those next 6 Saturdays, I'm going to be working with you guys wherever you're at in your business, right? From beginning to end, we're going to work for those next 6 Saturdays. And for my goal is for you to have clients coming in before we finish up those Saturdays, right? And the good thing about this is as we go through those workshops, I'm just going to be letting you guys know what I would do if I were you to start a business now, right? So it's going to be like me being side by side with you, starting your business, and every little detail I'm going to let you know. My students that I have right now, they're in my Slack app. That's an app where I text my students as a group, send out videos, send out audio messages, and really any information that I think of, I just send it straight to my students so we can start their business in real time, right? So if you guys are interested, That's on my website too, right? That's on my website too. Okay, I got a question about questions never answered. And okay, check this out, check this out. That's a good one. And like I said, I'm on the move, right? So I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move faster and I'm trying to get my business. Really, yeah, my business. I know if I move my business faster. So right, so that's how it is in business. I don't worry about my students being faster. I worry about moving my business faster and setting up certain strategies where I can do that. So basically when you enroll in my training programs, if it does include mentorship, it's going to be a link in your training. And what I'm realizing too, I'm saying this because I realize, and that's where the workshop program came from, why I want to meet with students like every week for like on a scheduled day, right? Because and that the whole reason I thought of that program because I realized my students in other programs, the ones who schedule weekly phone calls with me, we always get the furthest, right? So when you join any of my trainings that come with mentorship, you're going to have a link in your training program that you are going to be able to schedule meetings with me, right? So we're going to make this easy. We're going to make it really fast and easy because I just want us to have a scheduled time that we can get together. And I can just tell you that I got the immediate information in here, right? So I want to make it where I can just tell my students the immediate information and then you just execute, right? So what I'm going to do when you join my mentorship programs, I'm going to be telling you the information and then we're just going to be getting a schedule for you, a schedule for you to execute on that information. Because I feel like if I'm just telling you what I would do at this current time and then you're just executing on on that information week by week, that'll help get us to the goal. Like I said, my whole goal is to help more people make $20,000 per month in this business. So when you sign up with my training, just click that link inside your training program, and that's when we're going to have those meetings. And what I am trying to get away with, I'll be honest, is email. Email businesses we're getting away from email. Email is an overcrowded space, right? What you guys got to realize is I have hundreds of people emailing me, right? But only my students have the links to schedule the phone calls with me, right? And then email is just I think it's slow. I think we just hop on a Zoom webinar and we're able to talk and I'm able to tell you exactly what you need to do. You're able to take notes. You're able to ask me any questions that you need. That's much faster than communicating through email. Then I realized my students that when we hold these webinars, then we never even communicate through email, right? And then we grow more like a friendship, business friendship or whatever, if we're constantly on webinars every week, getting to know each other, things like that. Hey guys, if you guys need anything else, just go to my website. I thank you guys for being on this live.